Hello, I'm Hugh Lunn. Welcome to the Frew YouTube channel.
The article Hugh's referring to was written in 1962.
Wendy Turnbull came from Sandgate in Brisbane, and she got to the final of 3 Grand Slam singles tournaments and won numerous Grand Slam titles. She got to the final of the Australian, the French and the US Open. And the funny thing was that it was predicted when she was 9 years old that she would one day do that. And I'm the bloke who wrote the story. And the story said she's only 4 foot high, but she is a future champion. And even though she's not tall enough to see over the net. Wendy's coach, Daphne Fancutt, that was formerly Daphne Sini, 13 times Queensland Women's Champion and a Wimbledon doubles finalist, said yesterday that Wendy had all the strokes to be a champion and a superb temperament. However, she said Wendy's diminutive stature could prevent her winning the under-12 title this year while she's still 9. And Daphne played a few games with Wendy to demonstrate Wendy's greatest asset, her ability to play her opponent out of position.
Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. And in this last segment of the YouTube interview this afternoon with Frank, I thought we'd just touch base and talk about 2 wonderful tennis players in Queensland. Daphne Sini, whose married name is Daphne Fancutt, and the amphitheatre at Ken Fletcher Park is about to be named after Daphne, and I'm running a petition at the present stage to have the green at Frew Park called after Wendy Turnbull. Frank, if I just ask you if you could just give some recollections of those 2 wonderful people.
Yes, well, the first one would be Wendy Turnbull, because I think I talked about running a coaching class up at Milton for the Courier Mail, and she was one of the girls that I happened to coach at that time. And she had a brother called Harold Turnbull as well, who was a very good player, but she became an exceptional player because she played a lot on the world circuit, and she won quite a number of doubles tournaments. And she made a good name for herself. And at one stage I answered a quiz question when somebody asked me who's the greatest tennis player that's made the most money professionally, and for 1 year she made the most money. Yeah, and of course she's got a bit older now, and she plays quite a few of the veteran events that in the States. And the other girl was Daphne Sini, as you say. She married Trevor Fancutt, who was a Davis Cup player for South Africa, and they regularly played at Wimbledon. And she became a very good tennis player, but didn't quite reach the heights of, say, Wendy Turnbull. But she had a big influence on the game in Queensland, because they opened a tennis centre where they coached a lot of kids, and she coached a lot of the promising boys and girls that came up through Queensland. And she put a lot of time into Queensland tennis, and she got an AM from the government because of the work she did with tennis. And she was ever present at Wimbledon. I think last year was probably the first year she missed going to Wimbledon for about 50 years, I think. She's
living down the Gold Coast now in proper retirement, as I understand it.
Yeah, well, she had 2 good tennis playing sons as well. And she kept involved with tennis, and consequently, she's got a terrific name, and she's done a wonderful lot for tennis.
Quite a unique piece of history actually in the Fancutt family is that it's the only family ever to have the mother, the father and the 2 sons end up in Wimbledon.
Yes.
And it's just, and it was one reason why the Lord Mayor was so receptive to naming the beautiful amphitheatre at Ken Fletcher Park after Daphne, let alone the fact that a former Lord Mayor by the name of Sally Ann Atkinson was a very powerful advocate, shall I say. And as I said, Wendy Turnbull, that's just amazing that you coached her at the Courier Mail coaching clinic at Milton, Frew Park.
Yeah.
But that would have been across the road in Milton Park itself.
No, we played on the grass courts.
In the proper...
Yeah, because we coached on the grass courts, yeah.
Okay, because they actually had tennis courts on both sides.
Yeah, they did, yeah. Hard courts on one side and the grass courts at Milton on the other side.
Yeah. So a fact I must point out to them all. Anyway, Frank, this afternoon's interviews have been absolutely fantastic. I really do appreciate you taking time out to be part of this historic series of interviews. As I said, 100 years in 2015, Frew Park would have been in existence, and even though the majority of the land was sold off, there was actually a small part of the park that stayed behind. So Frew Park, while it's in its now enlarged status or re-enlarged status, it has actually been in existence with absolutely fantastic history that you're an important part of for our 100 years next year.
Oh, good. Glad to be of help.
You've been very helpful indeed. Thank you very much.
Hi, this is Charlie Fancutt. I hope you're enjoying the Frew Park YouTube channel.